Mammoth Avenger added in the Doomsday Heist is about to get some really cool upgrades with the San Andreas Mercenaries DLC, and there may be some of you who do not own one yet and want to get a good look at its features and interiors before you buy. Maybe you aren't interested in owning one. Maybe you're only interested in some of the new cars and of course the jet, but maybe I will convince you to buy this beautiful fortress in the sky regardless of the DLC. The Avenger is my absolute favorite vehicle in the game. There are some things I'm hoping this new update will address, like not being able to get back inside your Avenger if you leave it while it's in autopilot. Someone in the comment section of my thruster video mentioned that you can actually get back inside the Avenger, but the activation point from the outside is hard to find. Nevertheless, I was unable to find the activation, and if it is in fact a feature that I just can't get to work, I hope Rockstar fixes it so it's easier. If you're going to buy the Mammoth Avenger, it's going to cost you around $3.5 million, and fully tricked out, you're looking at around $5 million, so make sure to keep that in mind as you prepare your stacks for the new update. Now, at the time of this video, we are only a couple days away from the new Mercenaries update, so this review is pre-DLC upgrades. I will make another video reviewing the features after I've had time to test them and learn how they can be useful to your money grind. The GTA Wiki categorizes the Avenger as a plane, which is an oversimplification of what the Mammoth is. To get an idea of what I mean, let's take a look at its IRL counterpart, the MV-22 Osprey. Designed for combat, combat support, combat service, and special operations missions, it is flown by the United States Marine Corps and the Navy. It's the first tilt-rotor aircraft with both vertical takeoff and landing, and it takes around 12 seconds for the nacelles to rotate 90 degrees, which turns it into a high-powered prop plane. The rotors also fold on top of the V-22 in 90 seconds, and its wings rotate and align front to back, making it easy to be stored on aircraft carriers. Our in-game Avenger is pretty cool too. In fact, I'm excited about the jet and the vehicles and all of the new stuff coming with the new DLC, but I'm the most excited about the upgrades coming to my fortress in the sky. And in the meantime, if you are on the fence, let me tell you why I love the Avenger. First off, the interior. The MOC, for instance, is cool, but it looks like some tricked out NASCAR trailer to which you can also do crimes from. The interior of the Avenger, however, really sets an atmosphere of a vehicle meant to be used for combat prep. Like you are on your way to a drop zone and your team has everything they need to prep for a special ops mission from inside the cargo hold. After I purchased the Avenger and went inside the cargo hold for the first time, I immediately fell in love with Bertha, and that's what I named her, Bertha. I loved all the attention to detail like knickknacks, fire extinguishers, ammo boxes, little things like that on the cargo hold walls that come together to create the feeling of really being in the back of a military cargo plane. Currently, the Avenger comes with a 50 bomb capacity with 4 different bomb choices: explosive, incendiary, gas, and cluster. The explosive option has a high damage over targets from all ranges, meaning any target caught in the edges of the blast radius receive the same damage as in the center. The gun turret upgrades will equip the Avenger with up to 3 terminals inside the hold for turret operation, with the front one for the top turret, the left one for the nose turret, and the rear one for the rear turret. And the autopilot function, which is really cool, allows you to leave the cockpit while in midair and access the hold to take control of the turrets, which is super clutch for the solo player. The single explosive cannon mounted under the nose fires rockets at a rate of 120 RPM at a seemingly infinite range. The cannon will rotate a half sphere under the plane but doesn't offer full visibility. If you upgrade to the additional 2 turrets, they will replace some of the storage boxes scattered around the middle section of the cargo hold and will handle the remaining blind spots, offering a 360-degree coverage against enemies and targets. You can easily switch between your cannons quickly with a single button press, allowing the solo player to have powerful weaponry at your fingertips from the safety of a hovering tank in the sky. And yes, on top of all the redonkulous weaponry, the Avenger is an absolute tank, able to withstand up to 22 RPGs, and it can be fitted with countermeasures like chaff, flares, and smoke. When flying, it basically ignores most objects you might happen to run into. I spent almost an entire hour at 5 stars while police choppers pinged me with what sounded like tiny pebbles from inside the hold. Eventually, the blades locked up and the Avenger literally floated down from the sky and slightly bounced off the ground. No explosions, nothing. The weapon workshop and vehicle workshop are conveniently located very close together, making for easy vehicle repair and modifications and to stock up on ammo or upgrade your weapons. Basically the same functionality as the MOC, but I feel the Avenger has a much cooler and more convenient interior. I also own the MOC and honestly wish I could sell it. Yes, the cab is pretty much the second most armored vehicle in the game, but with the operations center attached to it, I find it a real drag to try to drive around town. If you haven't bought either of these yet, I would definitely skip the MOC. That's just me. I know there are missions attached to it and other things, but honestly, I wish I never bought the thing. I just find the Avenger way more convenient and much easier to get around in. You can modify your weaponized vehicles in the back of the Avenger. However, I personally like to mod my weaponized vehicles at the Arena Workshop. I know, another paywall, but I was one of the yahoos who bought the DLC when it first came out, so might as well put it to use. But like I was saying, the Arena Workshop offers better lighting and views of your vehicles. That's the one drawback of having a mod shop inside of a cargo plane or MOC. There's not a whole lot of room to see your vehicles while you're modifying them. I mostly use the vehicle workshop inside my Avenger to transport my Tampa or Deluxo. Towards the cockpit, you'll find your gun locker, and it offers a place to change out your wardrobe, which is really nice, especially on the go. But before you enter the cockpit, there is a warning, and hopefully with the new update, Rockstar will fix this bug, which is every once in a while, if you try to enter the cockpit from the cargo hold while the Avenger is in the air, you will be ejected out of the aircraft. This happened to me once while I was in the cargo hold with 2 other crew members, and luckily one of them was able to get into the cockpit without being ejected and was able to land my Avenger. So make sure you're parachuted up just in case. You can call in your Avenger using your interaction menu under Services, and it typically spawns relatively close. It's nice to be able to spawn in a heli/airplane so close without having to go to an airfield like with Pegasus, or have to travel all the way back to your hangar. The interaction menu is also where you will activate your autopilot and where you'll find the Avenger's other options. Let's take a look at the liveries and weapon upgrades. I was watching a professional's video on the new update, and he pointed out the missile pods seen underneath the new modified Avenger's hold, as if this thing couldn't get any meaner than it is. I can't wait to see how many we will be able to carry, lock on distance, missile grade, etc. Should you buy this now? If you already have a facility and you don't have an Avenger yet, 1000% yes. Even without the new DLC, it's a definite buy. If you don't already own a facility, don't buy it yet, as you won't have to own a facility to buy an Avenger after the update. And then I say again, 1000% buy the Avenger. Start money grinding for it now if you hadn't factored in getting it. Put it on your list of things to buy as soon as the DLC drops. Let me know in the comments if you're excited about the new DLC and if you plan on getting the Avenger, or if you have one and love it, what have you named it? Put her name down below. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, and if you'd like to join our small but mighty community, make sure to subscribe. I stream GT Online every weekend and would love to see you there. Peace.